Should the U.S. Supreme Court rule that Mr. Trump be on the ballot, I will in fact place him on the ballot. It's part of why I suspended the effect of my decision until the courts can act. So no ballots are being printed until that Superior Court decision or Supreme Court decision.
The Trump legal team has their sights on Tuesday to appeal the ballot decisions in Colorado and Maine. Right now, there are 13 states with pending action to bar Trump from the ballot. The lawsuits are using a Civil War-era clause in the Constitution that bans a person involved in an insurrection from holding public office. What makes the decision out of Maine unique is that this is the first state where the Secretary of State, Shanna Bellows, took action unilaterally, as opposed to Colorado, where the decision came from the state Supreme Court. Here's how Bellows responded to criticism over the solo judgment.
Every elected official swears an oath to the Constitution. I swore an oath to the Maine Constitution and the United States Constitution. And Maine election law requires me to hold a hearing of this sort.
Bellows, a Democrat, has suspended her decision pending the expected appeal from the Trump team. In Colorado, Trump's name will appear on the primary ballot unless the Supreme Court sides with the state Supreme Court's decision to kick him off. Fox News contributor Professor Jonathan Turley sees that as unlikely.
I do believe that the Supreme Court will reject this pernicious theory. I think that the court will see this for what it is, which is a distinctly anti-democratic effort to win this election in the courts rather than polling places.
The GOP frontrunner's name is on California's ballot. Secretary of State Shirley Weber declined efforts to have it removed, telling the LA Times, quote,
of the Constitution lists only 3 qualifications for the presidency and does not ban someone from office for being charged with or convicted of a crime. But now the 14th Amendment is getting some attention for possibly prohibiting Donald Trump from becoming president again. So does it? Let's verify. Our sources are the 14th Amendment, Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, and 2 constitutional law experts. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, casually known as the Insurrection Clause, gives Congress the power to ban public officials from holding office if they have engaged in insurrection or rebellion. Our legal experts lay out 3 points to keep in mind. First, Congress would need to find him guilty of engaging in an insurrection. Next, the Supreme Court would need to rule on whether the president classifies as an officer of the United States. That's because the 14th Amendment mentions state lawmakers and members of Congress, but not presidents. And in a 2010 Supreme Court case, Chief Justice John Roberts said that since presidents are elected, not appointed, they don't count as officers of the United States. Finally, even if the Supreme Court reverses course and Congress finds him guilty of insurrection, if reelected, the former president could serve again if 2/3 of each house chooses to let him. So we can verify, no, the 14th Amendment's provisions are not an automatic disqualifier, even if Mr. Trump is found guilty of these latest charges.